Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. And let's see. Yeah, so let's finish this loader that I started yesterday. That is the main goal of today's chat. Wow. Today's stream. Let me also share it. I can share it in Discord as well. Hello Narvel channel, nice to see you. It's very nice of you to begin wording just as I finish doing stuff. Very convenient, nice. Perfect, yes. But it's like 5 to midnight here, so not great. But, you know, I hope that this is not going to go on for like 5 hours like yesterday, you know? Yesterday was too much. Yesterday was too much. But yeah, that was we're in the same time zone. It works out. We are in the same time zone. Okay. Even if I have the luxury of going to bed instead of coding. Yes. Yeah. Well, I kind of feel super like in the working mood right now. And the terrible thing is, in the office today, I went for lunch, and the lunch was so, I don't know, the post-lunch recovery is the worst. I'm probably it's just because I'm getting old, and I couldn't do anything for like at least 2 hours or more during the day, and I was like, I felt so bloated, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I felt so bad. But post lunch recovery is the best part of lunch. Well, not when you have to work. And what happened then is that like around 7 p.m. I got really into the flow of work. And then I stayed in the office until like 9 p.m. Yeah. So I really like at the last 2 hours I did all my stuff. But before that, it was just a horror. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not I'm not a afternoon person, you know. I only work at night. Okay. Let's see. But maybe it's just because my sleep schedule is fucked. So maybe that's it as well. Let me post on Zig Discord as well. All right. Uh-huh. I have to ping the stream as well. All right. So yeah. Oh, okay. Meanwhile, I had a thought earlier today, and don't hit me, but I know what car we need. The Octavia, because it had both front-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive version. Oh, did it? Two cars for the price of one. I didn't know that there was a all-wheel drive and a front-wheel drive version. Was it like, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Octavia, but I am a big fan of, what was that? Was it the Favorite? What was that? What was, no, Felicia, right? I think so. That was the one. That was the first like Group A car they had. It was a kit car, then Skoda made the leap to the full. I see. So it was like before WRC they did a kit car, a front-wheel drive kit car. Anyway, yeah. So, oh yeah, let me put on the chat on my phone so that they can see it. And let's begin. Let's slowly begin. All right. Yeah, and I think that Felicia, is that Felicia? Rally. That was the first. Yeah, this one. Okay, let me turn it on. This was the first. This was the first car I drove in a rally game ever, and I remember it was in Colin McRae 1. In the first Colin McRae, and I just loved how blocky it is. Yeah, I think it's this one. It's the kit car, right? Yeah, so it's very like deep, memories for me. Oh, look at that! This is in Rally Championship. What a beautiful. I think it was in Colin McRae in the first one, right? Well, it doesn't show. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, oh my God. Look at those beautiful textures. Look at that beautiful high poly Skoda. My God, look at this environment. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And look at those tires that have nothing to do with the body. They're just leaking on the side. Oh, I completely forgot to share stream on Twitter. Does my no, I think the chat doesn't work. Okay, let me just post this quickly and I can begin. Yeah, I think that yep, the chat died again on the phone. Good taste. That was the last thing that Narlow Channel said. Yeah. So yeah, let's go back to our stream for today. Okay, so this is stream number 147 of Shakedown Rally, and we're making a little launcher made in Zig, completely disconnected from the game. Why? Because I'm too lazy to make it inside the game. I should, but I have to refactor a lot of things in game. By the way, does everything work? Yes, the sound works. Yes. Okay. So what have I done? Yesterday I did a stream. I did a 5-hour stream, during which the first 2 hours were about struggling to get ZLS to work, and thankfully Christoph Loris Crow, he helped me out a bit, but we realized that it was actually ZLS's problem. And I reverted to Zig 013 and ZLS, and then it started working. So yes, so now it completely works. I even have completion. Tell me there is completion. Yes, there is. There we go. And you can draw list, add draw list, and whatever you want, right? It works. Auto completion works. Great. Cool. That's good to know. Okay, so what did I get yesterday? Oh yeah, I should actually first say that I did this before, and I already made it for. I made it in C#, and I didn't like it because first, if you want to include it fully, you have all these 150 megabytes of files. It's terrible. That's number one. So if you don't want to include everything, you need to have, where is this? Okay, so here is the launcher, right? This one works. I think so. Yeah, look, it takes forever to launch. That was like more than 5 seconds. Because it's probably compiling in the background, the code, right? Because it's not actually natively compiled. But yeah, there it is. I got it to work at least like in an hour, which was pretty cool. So yeah, you have all the yeah, you can basically, the point of this is to make a thing where you can make this little app where you can choose a car and a map. Like, oh, do you want to be in spec 17 in Kenya? Yes. And then you can say, hey, launch. Let's see it. Let's see it in game. There it is. It launched in a tiny screen, but still, it launched. There it is. Here's the game, and you can play it. You can totally play it. So yeah, that works. That works, and that was actually pretty cool. But the other reason is that C# generates all these crap files. There's like 5 different files. Well, okay, PDB is the one that you can remove, but others you can't. It makes a 3 kilobyte DLL. I don't understand why. Why is it not embedded in the exe? And I absolutely hate that. And yeah, if you want to have this 140 kilobyte version, you have to have a runtime installed. And the third or the fourth reason is, of course, it's Microsoft. I wish I don't have to use Microsoft stuff. So then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to do it in Zig. And so here is my Zig sample. And this is how far we've got. So if I launch this, oh yeah, no, this is not the latest version. Sorry, this is not the latest version. I do have to build it actually. There it is. You see, it launches immediately. That's number one. That's number one. It starts right away. There's no dependencies, right? It's under 1 megabyte when you compile it in release small. If you do it in release fast, it's like 2 megabytes. So, and it's actually using an entire like framework. It's using Sokol and imgui, of course. Most people recognize that this is imgui. Okay, so this is how far I managed to do it yesterday. So what we did yesterday was we got, let me actually read it off the, where is it? It's actually here. Yeah, so struggled to get ZLS to work. Yes, we did that. For 2 hours, we struggled to get it to work. Okay, then I made the project compatible with live compile errors so that whenever you have a compile error, it will actually show in code, which is very useful. And then we made it walk through directories and find all the car ini files, because those are the ones that I want to load. And I actually did it through, it's actually incredibly simple. I had no idea that it's actually simpler. It's almost simpler as in C#, right? You just create this walker, and you have to initialize it with an allocator, of course. And then the walker walks through, just an iterator basically that walks through your directories. And you can set the walker to be, wait, this walks, recursively iterates over a directory. Yeah, so basically it will iterate through your entire directory. And yeah, just while walker next, because of course, the reason why we use while is because when it becomes null, that's where when while ends. It's a pretty nifty, nice feature of Zig. And I basically just check, okay, is it a file? Yes, it is a file. Does it end with car extension, which in my case, it's a car ini? Yes, it does. I just log something, and then I append, well, I add it into the car list. And the reason why I dupe Z here with an alloc is because, of course, this walker stuff, everything that I do here in the if or in the while is going to be deallocated at the end of the scope. It will disappear. This entry, basically, right? That's what I meant. The entry will disappear. So that is why I have to duplicate and put it in my own list, which is somewhere here. There it is, a car list. And right now I'm not using a map list. And finally, after all this is done, I push it into my nice little, where is it? My nice little list box. Yes, so this list box will have all the names of cars. And that's pretty much it. And then when I click the button, it will output boom. Which I actually don't want, right? I should call a process here. That's what we're gonna do today. So yeah, there's a bunch of things that I want to do today. Yeah, I'm doing actually I should kill Discord so it doesn't use unnecessary memory and CPU power. Yeah, so today what we're gonna do, yeah, actually let me read the rest, what I did. Increased imgui scale to 2, yes, that was easy. 2 columns of list boxes, you've seen it. Make the imgui window cover everything, launch button, align launch button to the middle, well, I actually stretched it, and show full paths checkbox, which right now doesn't do anything. So that's it, we got it, we got most of it to work. Oh yeah, let's also shut down C# version. And this one is actually still running. So yeah, you can see here. You have a car list. The map list is just not doing anything. So I want to convert that into and then when I click on the show full paths, it should show the full paths and not the names, not the short names. Okay. Wow, that was weird. I was talking too fast. Okay, so let's begin. So for today, yeah, the first thing I want to do is add a git ignore for resource folders, because right now they're like just there and they're being added to the git all the time, and I have to filter it. I want to change the exit name because right now it's called demo or something, because that's the typical thing that Sokol uses. Current map titles. Oh yeah, titles like labels in front of the list boxes. Full paths should be shown, and actually, yeah, let's do the maps first. Let's put the maps first, add the current map titles before everything else. Yeah. Yeah, we need to track which item is selected as well, which I need to keep through some kind of a number. Create arguments with car and map. Make the launch button start a process. Add the Shakedown Rally title image. Yes, I do want to add a little title image on the top. And remove demo window. Oh yeah, that's the demo window in behind, which is the imgui demo window. Okay. So, okay, let's begin. First off, as I said, let's add this to... Oh, wow. This git ignore was actually generated by... Interesting. So it just says zig and zig dot. That's pretty cool. I didn't know about this trick, that you can just do this, because, yeah, these are all the cache folders and the zig outs. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, this comes from the sokol, because basically what I did is I forked sokol zig imgui. That is the one that I did. Well, it's not a fork, it's just a clone, and then I deleted the git. But yeah, this zig imgui sample, if you build it, you will just get an empty window with some imgui on it. All right, so in here, let's do a res folder. Okay, is that going to be the same for all of them? Yes, because right now we only have that one. Yeah. Okay, well, added res to git ignore. Oh, by the way, this is on GitHub. I do have to say it's on there. And it is my latest repo, which should be, yeah, there it is. Shakedown Rally launcher. So you can also yourself just clone it and zig build run it if you want. Oh, one more thing that I do want to mention today is that I added in my frequently asked questions in the Shakedown documentation, I did say the game doesn't start section, because I discovered last week that the game actually requires a x86 Microsoft Visual Redistributable. This is a hard thing to pronounce. Yes, so you do have to have it, and I know that people have had problems and they couldn't launch it. So this is probably why, because they didn't have the redistributable. Yeah, and if you get a message like this, that is definitely the cause. Okay, and if you follow this link, it will automatically download it for you. Okay, anyway, let's go back to this thing. Okay, so yes, as I was saying, hello there. Wait. Oh, the chat doesn't work again. Great. Hello, Sleepy Mushroom, by the way. Don't die on your saliva. Yeah, I won't. I hope I won't. Yeah, great. I don't know what is wrong with Twitch app. It keeps, like, it just gets stuck onto some random chat message and doesn't upload. It doesn't continue working. Okay, I restarted it, but I don't think it's gonna work. So I'm just gonna Alt tab to it. Okay, so now that we've added this, we can say that our first task is done. That was easy. Cool. Change exit name to launcher. Okay, another probably easy thing to do. So yes, the name is demo. I want to call it launcher, and that's gonna be it. We're just gonna call it launcher. Root source file, path main zig. Yeah, everything is okay. I think that's it basically, right? I just changed it. Oh no, that's wasm. Wasm I'm not even using. So maybe I can even like remove this completely. Yeah, let's actually remove the wasm. Let's remove wasm because I'm never gonna build it for wasm. And if I ever need it, I'm just gonna like copy it from the example. Okay, yes, let's call this launcher. And that's basically it. We have the imports, we have the check step, which doesn't have any names. Run demo depend on. Yeah, I wonder if, is there a way to change the working directory or something of the run step? Yeah, I was trying to, this is something that I didn't know yesterday. Because I have the resource folder that I wish that I could run it from VS Code, for example, which uses a working directory is the parent, so not the output, so that I don't need to share it twice, right? This would be nice to have, like some kind of a way to redirect the working directory, and I'm not exactly sure how to do it. Okay, so let's see if that worked. By the way, what is the title? What is the title of Shakedown Rally Loader? It is, okay. So it should work. It should work just fine. Let's see. Zig build run. While it's building, it's not that slow, by the way. And by the way, I am on the previous version of Zig, right? I'm on 0.13, and 0.14 is the one that's where they're working on getting it super fast. So hopefully, we're not gonna have to wait for building in the future that much. Okay, so yeah, there it is. It's well, yeah, nothing has changed. It does say Shakedown Rally Loader, but I actually need to build it without a run because this will actually create a debug. There it is. Here is the launcher. Okay, yes, we have changed the name of the output. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, and I just got an idea, by the way. Can I change the name in a optimized debug so that we can keep it around? Yeah, you know what? Let's turn this into this would be actually cool to do, because optimize debug. Does Zig have ternary operators? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Can you do this? No. But I think it has something like an if, inline if. One statement if or something. And then you say else. Yeah, there it is. It does work. So if optimize is not debug, we could just call it launcher. But otherwise, we're just gonna call it launcher debug. Yeah, let's actually try to do this so that I can see the difference, which is the launch, which is the release, and which is not. Yeah. Okay. So that is the first thing. That is the first task basically done. The second task. Nice. Nice progress. Change exit name to launcher. Okay. Well, I did also solve other things. Make debug name launcher debug. And I also removed Vasm, which so I did multiple things at the same time, basically. Okay, so it built. There it is. It is now called launcher debug. I can actually remove everything else because nothing is used anymore. This was just a test of like how small can I get it to work. So yeah, let's remove everything else, and there it is. Cool. Okay. So with that done, we can finally start working on the game. But let's submit this. I'm gonna say removed wasm and exe is now called launcher or launcher debug. Cool, not bad. All right. So add current map titles. Yes, I wanted to actually add. So what am I talking about? On the top of these list boxes, I want to add cars and maps title, and let's do that by simply adding a little bit of, where is my cars and maps if begin list box. Okay, yes, so before this list box, this is where we have set the column index to 0. And yeah, and we have set the table row. So basically, I'm going to do an ig text. Is there like a header? Oh, table header. Interesting. What is a table header? What's the difference between a table header and a normal label? Let's see. Cars. And here we're gonna say maps. So let's see what happens if I build. Let's do a zig build run. I wonder. Aha, interesting. Oh, it selects the whole table. Oh, it's like a table section or something. Yeah, I don't actually like that. But yeah, there's also a way to do like a separator, I think. Separator with text. Let's also try that. Separator with text. Maybe that's gonna look a little better than just the title. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad. That doesn't look that bad. I think it's cool. All right, so added cars and maps title. Super easy, done. Do everything we did for cars also for maps. Yes. So let's basically copy everything. Or, well, here is where things are becoming interesting, right? Should I copy or should I just put it in a separate function? Yeah, let's see. So yeah, we have these things, which is like the while walker, right? We have a walker. And can we actually reset a walker? The init next. No, we should definitely trash the walker. So yes, let's make a new function. Oh, look, the chat actually works. Function always reuse. Yes. So basically what we would have to do, we would have to like copy this thing and then do with maps, right? It's very dirty. There's so much text. You know, if it was like 1 or 2 lines, that's usually fine, right? You don't have to make a function for 2 lines. except that it would actually be nicer if you did. But yes, yeah, let's put this into a function. So we are going to have function load files or something like that, right? And here is what we need to do, right? We have the walker. We have to do the walker. Another thing is that we have to pass in this thing, an extension. So we're going to have a car. No, we're going to call it ext. And that's going to be const u8. That's a slice. That's a slice of string. That's definitely going to be inside expected return type, of course. Let's do a void, but we have tries, so we're gonna have, so what this exclamation mark does is that it will turn this function into returning an error as well. So it's either void or an error, and because we have tries, these functions return errors, so we have to propagate them up. What does it say? Unrelated dir. Yes, so we can actually pass in a directory, and we open a directory. All right, so what is this open directory? It's a directory. Okay, so we're gonna pass in we're gonna pass in this directory as well, and we're gonna call it dir. And it's gonna be dir, but it's std dir, right? No, std.io.dir. No, it's not that. What is it? Open dir, where is it? Where does this dir live? Who owns the dir? It's in dir.zig. And who is this dir? Oh, it's actually the dir. It's the file itself. You know, the zig, in zig, by the way. In zig, you have an entire string, and the entire file becomes a struct. So, because it has these top level fields, dir is a struct on its own, which is interesting. But I think probably something has a reference to a dir. Well, if this one says dir here, oh, that's a this. That's a this. Yeah, it is actually strange that std doesn't have. Std dir. Maybe it's probably somewhere else. It's probably in something file. fs. Oh, fs dir. There it is. Okay. So it's actually in the fs, which is the file system. Oh, why am I in the build file? And now I changed it. Yeah, great. So it's gonna have to recompile the build. Yeah, so we can just do it fs.dir like this. Okay, there you go. So we have the directory. Car ext doesn't exist, so we're gonna pass in ext. We have the walker. We're gonna de-init it in the end. That all makes sense. And oh yes, we still have the ext. Is that it actually? Well, we have a car list as well, which we want to, yes, we want to change. And because we're changing it, let's call it the list. And this list is actually this. You know what? Let's call it item list, because this is a little bit wordy. So we're just gonna take an item list, and what we can do also, we can do this. We can shorten this to an item list, and we can also set this one to the item list. And now we can pass this list into here. But there is a slight problem, and that is that we are appending to it. And why is that the problem? Let's see. If we save this, is it gonna complain? Interestingly, it doesn't complain, but I think it won't work. Oh, load files. Oh no, it should start with a small letter. Okay, so yes, instead of doing this walker next, blah blah blah, we are just going to say now load files ext is gonna have the car ext. You know what? Do we need the car ext? We don't even need it. I think I'm just gonna call it like this. We're just gonna call it directly. We don't even need this anymore. The directory is gonna be the dir, and the list is gonna be the car list, and we have to end it there. Okay, so now since we're calling load files, that will actually call this function, and then the error is we're gonna have this function compiled. As here's the thing about Zig. Zig is lazily evaluated. So if you don't call a function, there will be no error. But if you do call a function, it will see that, oh, wait a minute, there is actually an error here. Zig is pretty weird. Why? It's actually pretty cool. Give me a good reason. Anyway, yes, so what is going on here? We have an error, and I expected this error. This is a completely expected error. There's no surprises. Well, here's the thing. This list append accepts a self as a pointer. And what does that mean? That means that this is going to be mutated. So the list is mutated. Expected type array list aligned item null. Yeah, it's a weird error. Found const. Yeah, basically what it says here is like it expected this array list, but instead a pointer to an array list. Instead, it found a pointer to a const. And this should give you some clue, because this is actually immutable. And why is it immutable? Because all function parameters in Zig are actually immutable. So this is immutable, this is immutable, this is immutable. It's const by default. So in C and C++, you would have to put const behind it, right? You would have to do like a const. In Zig, everything is const by default in the parameters. And here's the thing. So how do we actually fix this? Well, we fix this by passing the list as a pointer. So this is going to be a pointer to the item list. And now, as we can see, the error is gone. The error is gone. We can actually append, because this will call it on the array itself. And yeah, in Zig you don't have to dereference. In C#, in C++ you would have to do something like this. But in Zig it will automatically dereference with a dot. Or yeah, or you can do this in C. That's one thing. Okay, so now we have a problem, because of course load files, this is passing it is a value, or well, basically it's immutably passing it. So what we need to do is we have to turn it into a pointer, and that is how we do it. And there we go. Error union is ignored. Yes, it is ignored because we have to try. We have to call the try because it returns a error void. Okay, so basically this should now run with my load files working. So we should have no difference at all. Ended walking. This should probably be, yeah, there it is. There it is. We have everything working. What does it say? Car list items full path. Okay, this is just a log. Okay, but we need to implement this for the map list as well. What are we gonna do? Well, simply just copy this, and instead of car, I'm gonna say map. And but here's the thing. Here's the weird thing. We don't need two walkers. We can just check in one go. Is this a useful optimization or not? Yeah, I can probably do that. Then I have to change everything. Oh, I think that's going to be fast enough. Maybe we can optimize later. Okay, let's optimize later. This should work, right? So we passed the directory, and now we also have to do the map list, actually. So this map list, and when we actually display it, we have, where is it? We have the cars, selectable bool from car list, and for each of the car list items, we take we draw a selectable, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do here, right? Because yeah, I'm basically going to replace this one for each, but instead we're gonna have a map list of items, and we have the item name false. Everything should be the same. And even this we could also put into a function, right? Because I'm basically repeating this twice. But let's try it. Let's try it first. If the maps work. Look at that. We have all of them. Delta Snow, Kenya, Monty Night, Sweden, Finland. Perfect. It's working. Oh, and there's a bug. There's a bug. It's not a bug. This is a memory leak. We have a memory leak. Dupe. Yeah, this is because we are not deallocating. We are not cleaning up the list. We are not cleaning up our entries. And why is that? Because in the cleanup, there it is. Alloc free. For each of the car lists, we free the items. And we have to do this the same thing for a map list. There we go. And now there should be no leak at the end of our application running. All right, it works, blah, blah, blah. We can, there it is. No leaks. Perfect. Okay, well, let's call this done. Everything, we do it for maps, it works. Implement full paths, yes, but here's the thing. Before implementing full path, you know what? Yeah, let's actually implement full paths because this should be easy. I already have paths which I have stored inside this other item. So the item for cars and maps is this. It has a path and it has a name. And right now I'm only using the name and not the path. But I already have the path. So the only thing I need to do is I need to do the checkbox, show full paths, and just say if here I'm showing this selectable bool. The only thing I need to do is I need to say if show full paths, right? Show the path, else item path, no, item name, pointer. I can't remember why we need these pointers. Maybe we don't need the pointers. Maybe it will. They will convert. They should coerce to pointers automatically. No. I think so. So this will only show the maps. Full paths of maps. Yes, so yeah, it works without PTR. So if I say show full paths, there it is. I see the full paths of the map ini files. Perfect. Okay, let's do the same thing for absolutely for cars. And now that the requirements are growing, let's put it in a function. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this one into a fn draw list box, and we're gonna have this, and we're gonna have a ID, which is the const u8, and the ID is basically this, right? It's maps in this case. Hashtag maps. Oh, whoops, this should be ID. And what is the size? It is the size of the list box, right? We are not passing it right now inside. Okay, so anything else? Yeah, we have to pass the list again. So map list, well, we're just gonna call it list, and it's gonna be the type of item list. There we go. So we pass in the list, and that's actually gonna be, const. Anything else? Show full paths, item name, item path, item name, vector 0. That's it. I think that's basically it. Expected return type, of course, and there's no errors. Oh, size is undeclared. Isn't size wait? So the size is actually outside. It's inline. List box width, float min, and so I can't make it const. That's the problem, because we have this text line height with spacing. So I'm gonna have to make it either pass it or make it a var. Let's make it a var, a global variable. Maybe that's not a very good solution. No, let's pass it as a function, as a parameter. So this is gonna be size is what is it? It's vec2. imvec2. That's the one. There we go. And everything should work. Oh, vec2 0 as well. Don't I have it? Okay, yes. That can be global, actually. That can be global. We can just say this. Okay. There we go. And now it's actually used as a global const. Okay, so now instead of these two, we're just gonna say draw list box. ID is ## cars. The list is car list, and the size is size. And there we go. Now we have just one function. We have one function, and here we have another function, and this is going to be called maps, and this is the map list. And there we go. This is it. We can just remove everything. Much nicer, much nicer. Okay, and let's actually move. Can I move this outside? Well, actually, let's try first. Ooh. There is a problem. Explain the type C. Aha. This won't work because ID needs to be null terminated. You see, a C pointer is actually null terminated. That is a requirement. So what you can do is you can either turn this into a C pointer, which you shouldn't. No, instead you should make this null terminated. And that should fix everything, because null terminated strings can coerce into a const, into an array, into a C pointer. Let's see. There we go. Everything works. We have turned this into a function. Much easier, much nicer. All right. So let's submit everything. Oh, we wrote a lot of code. I'm getting better and better in Zig. I can feel it. This is cool. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, this is actually the first time that I completely understand all the error messages, you know, which is a skill that you gain over time. Okay, so Zig imgui. What did I do? Maps now work as well. Turned most into functions. Most into functions. Okay. So we have a big problem here, and that is that, well, implement full paths checkbox. Yes, that we did. Track which item is selected. Do everything we did with cars, also with maps. I did. Oh, yeah, we didn't actually test if the full paths works. Track which item is selected. Yes, this is one thing that I wanted to say is the problem right now. The problem is that we can't select these things. And how do you actually select it? That's a good question that I don't know the answer to. Yeah, the full paths actually works now. You can see all the paths. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So what is going on here? We have to know which is selected. And we do that by passing a bool into here. This is where we pass a bool, selectable, and this will actually return a bool as well. So what does this actually return? Oh, it does return a bool. So we need to know which item we're selecting. Okay, so for sure, what we're going to have is we're going to have two integers. We're going to have car index, cari, right? And, well, that's going to be an int, but I'm not exactly sure if I can do it with a U32. I hope so. And let's make it 0. No, let's make it -1, because -1 means nothing. And, well, what? No, that's mappy. The map index is going to be -1. All right, so with the car, what we need to do is we need to pass in this index. And that's going to be a U32. So that thing is going to be going into, yeah, so basically we need to for through the range. And how do you do that? You know, I need to have the numbers as well, not just the items. I need to have which item it is, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how do you do that? Well, in Zig, you don't have traditional for loops, not like in C, where you can I++, right? Instead, what you can do is you can add another item into your for loops. So these are called multi-item for loops. And you can actually add a new item and you can call it I, like an index. No, wait. No. That's wrong. This is a capture which should have an I, right? But here you give it a range. So we are going to give it a range of 0 to the end. Let's see if that actually works. I'm not sure if 0 to end actually works, but this should be a range that terminates with the number of items, hopefully. So what we can do here is we can do a bool. Well, yes, we don't write a bool. We say is selected. Let's do that. And if I equals index, that is selected, right? And then we can pass this one into here, is selected, instead of keeping it at false. What is the 0 here, by the way? Base value. No. What is the 0? Flags. Oh, it is the flags. Yes. So here's the thing. You get a bool from here, right? You get a bool which returns, and we're going to have it should be selected. Great. Yes, but this is too long. This function is too long. I think if you write a comma, if you write a comma, it will actually decompose everything, which is a bit too much. Let's turn this into a const name here. So we're gonna use the name. Yeah, well, it's not the name, it's label. Let's call it the label. Okay. And that's hopefully going to be optimized out. Hopefully. All right. It's selectable label, and we have. Oh yeah, the question is, will it infer the type? Oh, it does infer a type, but it has turned it into a slice. So I'm not sure if it actually properly inferred a type. Because path is a null terminated and name is null terminated. Anyway, is selected is, yeah, if is selected, oh yeah, this should also be const. And yeah, so we pass in is selected, but we get back should be selected. And if should be selected, we should change this index. So index equals I, right? Because we need to set the index of it. Oh, I shouldn't put this comma at the end. Should be selected, yes. But the problem here is that, well, let's see. Oh yeah, okay, we're missing, let's do a car E. And we're gonna do a car map E. So hopefully it should warn us that this is const. That we cannot change the index. Vuk Savic, hello. Nice to see you. We're making it out to Slavia with this one. Yeah. Every GTA game ever. The plot of every GTA game. You have the guys from the hood who are writing in Zig. and then they're promised a new life out of Slavia. Okay. Anyway, thanks for what's the name of it? How do you call it when you reveal somebody's location? I forgot. Jinx it. You don't jinx it. You wrap it. No, there's like 4 letters. Anyway, should be selected. Should be selected. Yes, we have should be selected. I could have made this into a var is selected and then changed the var. But I like the immutability of this, and I don't mix up is selected and should be selected, right? Strangely, docs, right? That's what I meant. Yes, it's actually 3 letters. For some reason, I thought it was 4, probably because it's 4 sounds. Okay. Anyway, zig build run. Yes, let's try. But it should fail because this is immutable. It's strange that it didn't warn me that I'm trying to set an immutable value. There it is. Type U32 cannot represent integer value minus. Oh, we have another bug. That is why. Because we have something that should be I32. And now we have a bug. Expected type U32 found I32. Yes, well, we still have a bug because this is the wrong type now. Okay, give me the immutable. Yes, there it is. Cannot assign to constant. Yes, of course, because this is a constant. So what we have to do is we have to give it to make it as a pointer. But here's the problem. A pointer cannot be edited. Yes, first off, we need to pass this as a pointer. And now we cannot edit the pointer. We cannot compare to a pointer. That's first thing, because this is a pointer. So we have to dot star. This will dereference the pointer, right? And also we cannot assign to the pointer. So dot star again. So we assign to the value. Expected type I32 found U size. Okay, so yeah, one more thing that we have to do is we have to coerce, we have to turn. Yeah, so why is this happening, right? Good question. U size is actually 64-bit. Oh, it actually tells you. Nice. Signed 32-bit int cannot represent all possible unsigned 64-bit values. Yes. So Zig is very, very explicit with casting numbers. So when you're trying to cast a big number, such as a 64-bit number, into a 32-bit memory, it tells you, no, you can't do that because you have what if you're trying to cast a super big number, right? That is bigger than 5 bytes or something, 4 bytes. And it says, no, you have to explicitly shoot yourself in the foot, which I'm going to do it. So what you do is you say int cast. Yes, you say int cast, and then it will work. So basically, this explicitly casts an I into an index. But here's the thing, right? Because it's gonna, because by this converts an integer to another integer while keeping the same numerical value. And it says attempting to convert a number which is out of range results in safety protected undefined behavior. So this will actually panic. This will panic at runtime if I'm trying to. But here's the thing. I'm never going to have cars and maps, like more than 2 billion cars and maps. So this is entirely safe, right? I say to myself, I accept that this is... Theoretically, this can fail, but practically it won't. Okay, anyway, what is the problem? Expected type I32 found I32. Yes, of course. We have to pass this as a pointer as well. And there it is. We should have it working. So let's see if that is selectable now. There we go. Click. Oh my god, we have selected a Delta Snow in Monty. It actually works. It's totally selectable. Yes. So basically behind under the hood, I wanted to say, there are two indices, right? There's the car index, which is right now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a map index, which we have set. So yes, this is what's happening here, right? If we click on this entry, that should be selected, and then the index gets cast into it. Very, very cool. Very cool. And very easy, very easy to reason about, right? That's super nice about Zig. But these are all simple things anyway, what we're doing here. Okay, let's remove this color edit because nobody is ever using it. Yeah, so cool. We made it selectable, so we know which ones are selected. Let's fork this. Selectable. Things are now selectable. What? Entries are now selectable. So it was a good choice to turn this into a function because it has just grown into a really big one. All right, so there we go. What else? We have done this as well. Oh my god, we only have a few things left. That's nice. I could go to sleep in a normal time. Create arguments with car and map. So yes, basically what I need to do is I need to turn this. Well, let me go into a V27. Yes. So basically when I'm sharing Finland, right? When I say get me Finland, what I'm doing is I'm calling this function here, right? We have a car and we have a map. Let me actually not look it in Notepad. Let's add it here. So this needs to happen when I click on a button. So when I click on this button, where is it? Where is the button? 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 Button. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's just super thin. So this needs, I want to print this. Okay, I want to print this. So basically, I have a string. This we know what's happening. We know /car. We know /map. What we don't know is this. And these are the two paths we have to replace. So how do we do that in Zig? In C# it was very simple because you just append strings and it works magically. Well, let's find out. So it should have some kind of a format. FMT. Yes, FMT format. Writer. Okay, so you need to provide it a writer. Any type, comp time. Oh my god, why is this so thin? Comp time, FMT, const. Yes, args, any type. Renders FMT string with args calling writer with slices of bytes. If writer returns an error, the error. Okay, so I need a writer. I need a writer. That's one thing. So how do we create a writer? std right and io. Is it io writer? Yes, there it is. Wait, we're not passing it. We're not passing a. Interesting. We're not. Oh, wait. Is writer a generic writer? Consider user switching to any writer. This is deprecated. Interesting. I think that what you actually need to do I think a writer is actually an interface. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think what you have to do is you have to provide it one of these writers, right? And I think the buffered writer, no, I'm not exactly sure which writer I need to provide it. Counting writer, C writer, fixed byte, find fixed buffer stream, limited multi-writer. Oh my god, there's so many options. I probably need a fixed buffer stream. Okay. So this one you provide a buffer. You provide a slice. Well, I could allocate a big, but I already have an allocator, so why not allocate a little bit more? Allocate. How do I? Okay, bit writer. The strange thing is that none of these writers take an allocator. Buffered writer, type of reader. Interesting. So which writer should I use? Stood in. Find buffer writer. Limited. Wait, let me see again. FMT. You know, I could actually just do it myself. I could even create a list of characters and just append them manually. But you know, if it already has a FMT, I could just append this and then append the path and then append map and then append this. All right? I could do this. Like have char list and then array std array list of u8s. Right? And then I can init with my allocator. And I can just say char list append. Wait, I can append range, I think. All right? Can I append slice? Yes. So I can append an engine drive car. Oh, and this should be a escaped. And then char list append slice. I append the current car list items. Car I, right? Because that's the current selected. I think so. And then I can append slice. Yeah, let's go with map I. But in between, we're going to have map this thing. And then we're going to end up. Oh, yeah, we also have one more. And then we're going to end up with another append. We can just append one of these. Well, yeah, this should be a character, actually. This is a single character. Okay. So there, okay. Error union is ignored. Yes, error union, because this needs to be, everything needs to be tried. All right. And I think this should work. Expected type void found error out of memory. Because the frame. because of the frame. So instead, we're gonna catch unreachable. We're gonna catch unreachable. We're just gonna, which means just crash. Just crash it. We could wrap it in a, you know, a try into an error returning thing. But let's do it right now quickly, this, because expected type usize found I32. Okay, we have to int cast. And we do have to check if car I is less than 0, or I think it's actually written or map I is less than 0, return. Well, we're not going to return, we're going to break. So let's do more than equals and do this. Else we're gonna log that car I or map I are, oh yes, car or map are not selected. There we go. Why doesn't it align? There is a problem. Expected comma after statement. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. What is going on? There's 2 parentheses. Okay, so we're end casting this. We should be end casting this one as well. And there we go. And hopefully this works. There it is. It has formatted. No, it doesn't work. Expected type const found main item. All right, because this should be path. There we go. I think it works. So let's try. Let's try. So basically what I'm doing here in this chaos is that I'm actually outputting this. Well, let's find yeah, okay, so it does compile. Launched with our launch process with, well, launching a process with args, and then we're gonna add this char list. I wonder if it has a format in it or not. Would it actually format? Let's try. No, it doesn't. Unused info. Oh, of course, it's unused because we need to turn this into a string. But I think it won't work because you need to get the items, the slice. Invalid form a string for type array aligned, blah, blah. Yes, so let's get a slice. Can we get a slice? To owned slice. We are not gonna own the slice. I just want to take the slice of it. Items. So then that should be items. Yeah, that's the slice, of course. There we go. Okay. So if we click launch, by the way, this is not, wait, why is this not a debug? Is this a debug? Oh yeah, we do have a console. I am stupid. So if we say launch, oh, car or map are not selected. Yes, we need to select both. If we only select a car, no, it's not gonna work. Launch, there it is. Look at that. Oh, we forgot a quote. And we forgot the quote at the end. So arguments and engine drive exit car, blah, blah, blah. So there it is. It actually works with a pen slice. But you know what? It's not great. Oh right. We're appending a new line. I didn't want to append a new line. I wanted to append this thing. Yes, and there should be a quote here. Oh, and it actually failed. It leaked. And it leaked because we didn't defer charlist the init. Let's do it. The init. There it is. So that's a cool thing about using a the allocator, the general purpose allocator, because that it tracks about all the allocated and deallocated memory that you own. Okay, so let's try. Launch, boom, there it is. Cars, delta h of snow dot car dot ini map, there it is. So that is one way to do it, with just creating a list of U8s, right, and appending slices for everything. But here's the thing. We can probably do it better. Create arguments with current map. Well, let's say yes. But what I would love to do is I would like to use FMT for this. Use FMT instead. So FMT already exists. So why not use FMT instead of just having to append slices like this, right? But I would like to learn how to do it. Because if you can format, right, this is going to return a void writer comp time u8 and args renders FMT string with arms calling writer with slices. If writer returns an error, okay. The format string must be comp time known and may contain placeholders following this format. Okay, I do understand. Oh, okay, it has alignment width and precision as well. That's basically for numbers. Argument is either numeric, blah, 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 blah. But how do you write it? Is there any example of which writer you should use? Specifier has options. S is string. If a formatted user type contains a function of the type. All right. Format buff. Okay, so format buff. Format address. Is there one that just takes an allocator or something? Format int. Format int buff. Interesting that it has all this. Format text. What is format text? Format options. I guess this one has some options. So if you say format std fmt format ASCII characters, format options. If you say format buff fmt and you format buff, then it still takes a writer. That's interesting. I thought that you just provided the buffer and that's it. But no, you actually have to give it an allocator as well. Okay, so how do I which writer do I give it? Zig writers. Writer for Zig writer for film, whatever that is. Zig writer for what was it? Zig writer for FMT. That's what I wanted to see. Question about Zig FMT. How do you write and FMT. Does anybody know in the chat? Has anybody used Zig FMT? Which writer should I use? Because there's a bunch of writers. There's a C writer. There's a bit writer. There's a multi-writer. I'm just confused about all these writer types. Generic writer. What about a generic writer? And there's a context that you need to give it. Write error. Yeah, I don't know. Writer. This is a generic. Deprecate consider any writer. What about any writer? Yeah. Is there an it or something? Don't I need to provide it? Okay, if I have a writer, that's just this. But I need to, okay, so this takes a any type format. Yeah, no, let's do a std fmt format. Writer, let's pass this writer. And then we have, yeah, let's give it this. Let's try this. Okay, so we have to escape all the quotes. Okay. And we have to replace this with strings. And these strings are going to be this. Oh wait, this should be a map list. Whoops. I had a bug there that I didn't catch because of the noise. Map list. We can do a map list. Can we just format this as two separate things? Okay, yes, it does have. Okay. Local variable is never mutated. Okay, so what if I just use a const? It's strange that, wait, how come this doesn't use allocators? Missing struct field context. Aha, you need to give it a struct. Yeah, so here's the thing. That's not, you need to definitely create it with a function. Buffered reader. Okay, can I do a buffered writer? An underlying stream. I am confused about this stream business. This is something completely different. Get stood out writer. Get stood out writer. Would this work? What was it? Stood EO get stood out. Yeah, but this is the output. This is the output. So I'm not sure. Yeah, error union is ignored. Okay, so formatting is returns a void. So we have to try, but no, we have to actually catch unreachable. You know what? Let's move this into a function. So that they can catch unreachable. Pressed launch. Let's just call it launch. And we're gonna have launch, and we're gonna do a error void so that when I call everything, we have car I because these are globals. And you know what? Now I can invert this. I can say if less than 0 and less than 0, or we can return. So we can return here, but I'm actually going to send a message first, and then we don't need the else block. Binary operator. Okay, no more binary operators. Okay, so we need this, right? Let's move this char list. Did I actually did I get this? I don't think I did. Okay, where did it have catch unreachable? There it is. Okay, let's just do a try for everything now. Now that we can return, let's not do catch unreachable. All right, and when we launch, then we're gonna catch unreachable. And the reason why I'm doing this is because this function can't return an error because this is frame. This is what sokol uses to turn the frame. Right? Yes. There you go. Yeah, so about formatting, let's remove that and let's try to compile this again. It should work just fine. Right, we can click launch. Launching a process with arguments. An engine drive.exe car delta H of snow maps Monty map. There it is. It does already work, but as I said, I kind of want to not have to append slices into a character list if format already exists. But let's first put this in a commit. Okay, let's say that this is created arguments with character list, character array list. Okay, but yeah, so what is about the buffered writer? That doesn't work. What was the complaint? Error union is ignored. Okay, yes, we can do a try. Okay. So yeah, what happens? Where is this written? I think that this is the out, which means the console, right? That's what it means. So if I remove this, I think it's just going to output into the console. Oh, there is a problem. FS file has no member named error. Because what? Who says that? Root structure file fs file has no member named error. Ah, this is about passing the writer into, right? Fs file zig. Who is calling it? That's the problem. Reference by launch frame. Launch. Yes, this is where we are. Yeah, this is the writer. This is definitely the writer. And the problem is that this is any type, so it gets resolved at compile time. Yeah, so if it's a root struct, no, it's not here. Fs file has no member of error. Yeah, so whatever this any type is, it needs to have an error, write all. Yeah, it definitely expects some kind of an error there. So that's not the way to do it. I'm pretty sure I need a buffered writer. But what is an underlying stream? Okay, let's see. Zig buffered writer example. How can I properly use Zig buffered writer? Buffered writer stood out, and then you get a writer. Writing stood out. Yeah, let's search for like fmt to string. Is that even possible? Yeah, that must be possible because you can turn in a stream into formatted. Provides a way to format data to and from strings. Yeah, so this is like a file. How do I store this? Okay. What if and what about the bit writer? No. I could do a C writer. Byte writer. Fix buffer stream. Fixed buffer stream. Can I do... Let's just try with a buffer, okay? Just join. Are you looking for alloc print? Hello. Finally somebody with some knowledge. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm literally trying to turn this format into a allocated string, like a string that is somewhere in memory. But here's the thing, the goal of all this is to create like arguments that I can call on a process. So I wonder if, yeah, maybe I can avoid the whole formatting thing. So you say fmt alloc print. Oh, so that's a completely different thing. Alloc print. Ah, finally somewhere where you pass in an allocator. For some reason I thought you have to pass in a writer. Okay, so there it is. Okay, well, great. This is basically the stuff that I was looking for. So you don't have to do anything extra. I can just replace this with that. This tit for tat. And I do need to close this one. Alright, yes, there it is. But I'm not gonna use anything else. That's it. Okay, and finally I should print this, but why is it not printing? Okay, alloc print. What is the problem? What am I doing here? Alloc print. Error union is ignored. Yes, of course, I need to try. And finally, oh, what was the problem? Value of type U8 ignored. Ah, it actually gives me back a U8. Nice. Okay, so let's do a const stir, I don't know, so that I can info the stir launching with, and I'm gonna stir the hell out of this. Okay, so there we go. Let's see. There's also buff print, where you pass in a buffer. I don't fully understand writers yet, so I'm not sure how much I can help you there. Okay, so let's see. I select one and select the other. Launch. There it is. It actually works. Launching car. There it is. This is exactly what I want to call. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. And look, of course it's way simpler. So before you joined to help me, let me show you what I did before this. It did work, but it's a bit weird. So yeah, main, let's do now using FMT. Now using FMT. Okay, but here is what I did. Well, maybe you already saw it. Maybe you already saw it. I had, okay, let me actually move to this one. Check out. Yeah, this is what I had. Basically, I made an array list of characters, and then I was just appending the first part, appending the path, appending this, and appending another path, and ending. And it works. It totally works. But I thought, format exists, FMT exists, so why not use FMT? Yeah, and then I got lost into the writers, and I didn't know how to get it. Okay, no problem. Thanks for the stream. So yeah, thanks. I should, yeah. I should know that the alloc print exists. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, much nicer. Look at that. You can actually see the string. Maybe I can put it in the new line. No, FMT doesn't give me. The problem is that the formatter, the Zig formatter that like arranges this the file, right? That's also called FMT. Right? If you do this and you save, it's not gonna let you, right? It's gonna rewrite it. That's also called FMT, this program that does it. So whenever I Google something about FMT, it's like, oh, how do I set up my FMT? And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the turning into a string. I feel like there's usually an elegant way to do things in Zig, but it's not always so easy to figure it out how. Yeah. Exactly. Cool. Okay, so now that we have this, now that we can launch, now that we have all the arguments, use FMT instead. Done. Make the launch button start a process with arguments. So instead of having the launch buttone, Buttone, it's like some kind of Italian fashion mark, you know, fashion company Buttone. Start a process. Okay, so how do we do processes? How can I start a process? New pasta shape. Yeah, a new pasta shape. Yes. Here, mango chutney says new pasta shape. It's totally buttone. Yeah, I can already imagine. It's like a flat piece of. It's like a flat piece of pasta with like four holes in it, right? Just like buttons. It must be. It's a buttone pasta. Somebody should make it. Somebody should make it. How do you say button in Italian? Is it buttone? Vite. Is Google gonna tell me? Oh no, it's pulsante. Pulsante. It's not. Oh, but look at that. Il buttone. Il buttone. It's actually real. You can do the buttone. And look, yeah, this is exactly. This is how I imagine the pasta look like. A dime with four. Yeah, no, there it is. Ah, bottone. It's bottone. It's not buttone. Okay. Anyway, delicious. It's got to be delicious. Yes. Anyway, let's go back to Zig. Let's go back to Zig. Bottone. Bottone pasta. I'm doing the pinched fingers, but you can't see it. Pinched fingers. Oh no, it's not. Oh, there it is. It's a sideways pinched finger. I have to revert it to bottone. Bottone now. Why is it sideways pinched fingers? Why is it? Is that the same one? Pinching hand. But how do you call this one? This is a different one. Pinched fingers. This is the one I wanted. Oh my god. This font doesn't have it. Vera code doesn't have pinched fingers. Too bad. Okay, too much Italian. Start a process with arguments. Okay, so how do you start a process? Now I'm gonna have that in the... Okay, wait. I just need to do this now. Oh, wait. It's not. It's part of the streams. It's in a different Git. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway. So, std fs process. No, it's not process. How do you usually start processes? Is it just process? Yeah, there it is. It's a process. Exec exit exec v. Replaces the current process image with executing process. Process start. Is there some kind of a start? No, let's see. Get abort args alloc. Ah, you can allocate arguments as well. Holds the command. Maybe the process is actually the process itself, like the current process, huh? That was Mango Chutney has std process child. Oh, you like spawn a child. Init kill. Killing children. It's the best. This is the best function. Init. Okay. Forget that I said that. So, okay, you actually provide an array of arrays. No, this is not a typo. This is not a typo. This is actually an array of arrays. And you do have to provide an allocator. Argv. And I guess you need to... Okay. So how do I give it an array of arrays? Oh no. Oh no. LeMayo. Yeah. Okay. Let me go get a glass of water. This is difficult. Okay, so let's turn this. So we have completely wasted the past half an hour or more turning this into an alloc print. But it's okay. I learned many new things. We learned, everybody on the stream, I hope, is that you should use alloc print if you want to create a string. But yes, now we have to turn this into argv. So, well, we already have the path, right? So, okay, so can I actually just... Okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? Can I create an array? No, well, how do you create an array? Can you do it like this? Will this work? Type const does not support array initialization syntax. Interesting. Okay, so maybe I do need to provide it a like 2 const u8. Is that gonna work? No. Let's put it here. Let's infer. Yeah, but this should be a type of constuate of slices of constuate. Jesus. Hello, two-step. How is it going? Well, I'm trying to call a child process with arguments. And here's the thing. It wants me to provide it an array of strings. How do I do that? A const of... okay, so it does work. Does it work like that? Okay, so I didn't think... Okay, I thought it would... I thought you would need to add them like this. Okay, so you think it's this one? Okay, seems like it works. Thank you for that. That was perfect timing. Child process. Yeah, so we get a child process. Do we need a child process? And then do we need to also deallocate it? Dinit? No. What do we do with this? Do we do with something? Current directory. Thread handle. Kill. Spawn. Do I have to spawn it? Do we have to spawn it? Spawn and wait. I guess maybe it's this one. Term. Run. Or maybe it's run. Allocator. Arguments. Oh my god. There's a bunch of things. So yeah, maybe... Oh, run result. I think it's actually run and not init. But you need to provide a bunch of things. Okay, so actually a lot of these things are by default are usize, output bytes. Interesting. And then it gives a run result, which in my case is nothing. Okay, so let's try run. Let's try run. But then we need to provide it with the struct, which is alloc and argv. Right, it should be alloc. Or is it the same thing as init? Maybe it's the same as init. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Local variable is never mutated. Let's just do const. Or maybe I should just do this, you know. Okay, let's see if it runs. Array literal requires address of operator. Okay. I guess. This is definitely not gonna work. This is definitely gonna error. Interestingly, that it doesn't return an error. So that is why I don't think this is the correct one. Am I running it? Oh, I'm already running it. Okay. Oh, and there's a leak. We have a leak as well, which we need to dispose. We need to dispose this alloc print, which we haven't done. So, okay, we have build, which is not what I wanted to do. All right, so if I launch, all right, nothing happened. Yeah, I think that this has actually just created a struct, which does nothing. And there's a leak. So how do we deallocate this? Alloc print. Okay, so I guess we're gonna defer alloc free. Do you provide it a slice like this? Let's see. Launch. Yeah, nothing has been selected. Launch. Get out. There it is. Okay, yes. So we have solved this memory leak. Run usually works for most cases in my experience. Okay, so it is actually run. This just creates a struct of a child process. Yeah. So let's try it. Run. And yeah, we have the struct. What does if it creates a std process child run? Oh, great. Okay, so we have this struct, and yeah, let's just put it like this. And we have, yeah, it's strange that it doesn't work. Yeah, and this should be a dot as well. And is that it, or is there more parameters? This should be it, no? Oh, there should be a close bracket. There it is. No field named alloc instruct. Okay, what is, oh, it's called allocator. Allocator. See you later, allocator. Error union is discarded. Yes, so this needs to be tried because it is going to fail. It is going to fail because I'm calling oi-joij, which definitely doesn't exist. Okay, there we go. Let's try. Let's try what happens when you call oi-joij. Boom, boom, boom. It has exploded in our face. Perfect. Just what I wanted. So what does it say? File not found. No such file. It doesn't give me any notion of what file. But that's good. And that returns a result which can inspect and de-init. You need to de-init as well. And you need to inspect. So run returns a run result. Okay, run result. And run result, there is nothing. What's run result? Stood out. Stood. You say you can deallocate if you want to print std out. My bad. I think you need to alloc free result. Oh, the stood out. Stood out. Okay. We need to alloc free. Well, let's see. But yeah, this won't work. So let's actually launch something. Let's launch our game. So an engine drive. I'm just gonna copy it over. Beautiful. Just gonna copy it here. And yeah, that should not be in the Git as well. Okay. So let's just launch an engine drive. Let's make sure that's the name of it. An engine drive. No more arguments. Just launch engine drive. Local variable is never mutated. Okay. Let's try. Okay, launch. Nothing has happened because we have early returned. Okay. Oh, it works. It works, but but the game dies. The game dies because wait, why does the game die? Why did the game die? Car config not found. Oh, I need a config file as well. But I think that it should be running without the config. Failed building texture, buffer is null, loading. That should also be, okay, so there's something here. Car model not found, res spec 17. What? Incorrect extension for file. Okay, so I'm doing something wrong. Ah, this is default. Yeah, okay, let's pass it arguments. Let's pass it correct arguments. So we have the exe, we're gonna have car, and we're gonna pass it this thing, and we're gonna have map, and we're gonna have that thing. Right? And let's put it straightforward. That's not bad. That's not that bad. Okay. So, let's see. Delta HF in Kenya. Launch. Is it gonna crash? It's gonna crash. No! It actually launched! Yay! It totally works. Look. Oh my god, there's a launcher, but it's actually completely silent. This is a mod, by the way, by Circuit. A really cool mod. Yeah, but the sound is missing, so cool. Okay, everything works. There we go. We can drive around. We can yeah. Cool. Nice. This is actually pretty fun to drive on such a tiny screen. In such a tiny window. And you can't hear the engine. That's kind of funny. Okay, anyway, that's nice. Oh, and there we go. We have actually continued. So I can pick something else. Let's go to Monty. Hey. Yeah, there it is. We can drive the rally car. The Spec 17. Yeah, let's leave in a nice way. Tsubasa. Let's let's try Tsubasa in Finland. Yeah, one thing is that one interesting thing is that the terminal doesn't launch. The terminal is gone. So that means, oh, that's interesting. That's so, yeah. Okay, so this is another thing, because this is actually running in the same process, right? Is this a new process, or is this yeah, because this is blocked. This thing is now blocked because it's waiting for the game to finish, right? But I wonder if I can start the game as a separate thing. There it is. It has waited. Oh no, again. Again the spam. All right. So yeah, we have these arguments, and the thing is that we don't need this anymore. Whoops. No, not get ignored. We don't need this anymore. But yeah, let me actually submit this to Git. Yeah, we're not gonna submit these. Okay. Starting a process. Oh, yeah. Launching the game now works. The minimum initial. Yeah, let's actually push it so that you can see it as well on GitHub. It is there as well. Spawn should work without blocking. So can I just directly std process child spawn, child process of a self? In that case, I do think I need to create the child as an init, right? Argv alloc and then we're gonna do a spawn. Okay, and what does the spawn do? Nothing. So we just try spawn. Array literal requires address of operator. Okay, yeah. This needs to be a pointer. Should that be it? You'll need to use init first. Yes. Now I think you can also process the init. No, there is no dinit. So let's see. I select spec 17 Monty launch. Oh, there it is. It has started the console. Nice. Okay, so yes, the output now works because it's not tied to my app. But this is actually, you know, this is actually super nice because you have this control over, you have this perfect control over your process, which I didn't see in other languages, at least, well, at least in C#. Maybe there is, but I didn't see it. Okay, so when I quit now, it goes back to the loader. Let's try again. That works. Shut down, and when I exit, yeah, there's no leaks. So there's no allocations. Interesting. Does it free itself? I don't know. On success, must kill or wait. Interesting. Now you could launch 2 instances of your game. Now, you couldn't do it before. Alright, so I guess I don't need any of these. I think it doesn't do any allocation since std out just goes to the terminal and isn't buffer like with run. Yeah, that's possible. So I guess everything works now. I guess everything works. Yeah. Process now spawns separately. Let's do that. Process now spawns separately with console, I guess. Well, let's not say with console because I don't know. Okay, so let's build. Let's build this. What else is remaining? Stream. Make the launch boutone. Start a process. Done. Add the Shakedown Rally title image. Okay, we have the title image. And we should remove the demo window, and that's it. That's job done. Well, okay, maybe loading an image. We'll see. I might need STBI or something for loading an image. Unless imgui already has it. The biggest issue though is that I'm getting really sleepy and I want to go to sleep. So okay, let's do a zig build and let's build the launcher. All right, and let's find it. Zig out bin. Yeah, it's this one. It's a launcher. It's a debug mode, but okay. And let's go to v17 and let's see. There we go. Oh, we have a console. Oh yeah, we have a console because it's a debug. So let's see what happens. Does it? Okay, it does use the same console. But I was wondering if you don't have a console, will it create a new console when starting the game? There it is. Everything works except the sound, but that's irrelevant. Cool. You can turn on the Finland. Nice. Asset manager. Yeah, the engine sounds don't exist. That's okay. So when you close this, it closes the console as well. Okay, so what if I build without the console? Which in Zig, the way you do it is you put a subsystem to Windows. And I'm only doing it right now when you're in the optimization mode. So let's do an optimize. Where is it? Git build, release safe. It should be equals. Wait. Yeah, let's do a small. I think it doesn't do any allocations. Oh, I already read that. Yeah, so when you run a release, it should just call it a launcher and not with any other name. I can just take a nap now. All right. No, what was I? Yeah. Shakedown Rally title image. Yeah, let's try to see if I can find a title. So imgui does have an image display. Window flags, create a window. Begin and defer. Okay. So if we do image, I think user texture ID. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to do this. Load image, no, it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. Well, it would be nice to embed the image into the exe. But I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow because I am super sleepy now. And let's just wait for this release to happen, and then basically we have a working launcher. And by the way, in case you didn't know, this weekend is the Rally Finland happens this weekend. And that is why I want to make a few more layouts for Finland. So in my Finland map, I want to add a few more stages on it. Yeah, there you heard it from me. Yeah, so from tomorrow I will be streaming making an extension to the map. And this should be relatively quick because I already have everything set up with the road, with geometry nodes and everything. Is this still going on? I think so. I should have probably done a release fast or something. Surprised the build takes so long. Did you turn off that OBS setting Christoph mentioned? It was never on. That setting was never on. No, it's just my computer is super slow when OBS runs. That's the case. I need a new PC. But yeah. Also, we can blame this on LLVM because, of course, the optimization builds are LLVM. I might actually go and take a nap and come back. I just want to test it. I just want to test it in a real context. Is it still going on, or did it die? No, I think it's still going on. I literally am going to take a nap. Or maybe I should end it here and just go to sleep because I'm really tired. Okay, so on this stream, we have seen, we have actually learned quite a bit. I've learned how to use FMT. I've learned how to put things in a separate function, except, well, I knew that already, but the viewers didn't. How to pass arguments, because all the things are const by default in Zig. Okay, something is happening. Something is happening. I can see the. Oh, there it is. The launcher exe exists. It exists now, but it's not changing the text. Okay. Yeah, so did a lot of things on a stream. And git ignore changed the exe name, made debug name, removed wasm. Okay, that was super simple. Current map titles made maps work. Implementing full paths that you can toggle. Tracking which item is selected with an index. Arguments with current map. Use FMT instead of array list. We've done that. And the launch button. Start a process with arguments. Oh, the launch button. Yeah. Yeah. This is. Wait, the exe exists. The exe exists. So what if I just run it? Oh, well, there it is. I don't know what happened to the UI. Did it get stuck? Oh my god. Oh my god, what? Wait a minute, what? It's painting all over the place again and again. Oh wow. Okay. Unexpected. I see. Steps and then ended. I don't know what happened with the terminal here. So yeah, let's try it. Let's try it on a real deal. Look, it's 1 megabyte. Yes, that is a lot. Let's replace. Yeah, let's replace the. Actually, let's keep this C# version here. I'm just gonna call it CS. And yeah, so there it is. We have an instant start compared to the C#. Let's see the C# one. Well, it was actually pretty fast as well. Launcher debug. No, we need a launcher. But this is definitely faster. Tsubasa, let's go to Finland. And yeah, there it is. It actually starts a new console, which is exactly what I wanted. That's why it yeah, terminal funky. That's why it took so long. Yeah. Yeah. So the sound doesn't work because it is broken. It is broken a bit. Okay. So yeah, there it is. I can drive around. It is a little slow right now. That will be fixed when I get a new computer. And there we go. We crashed into a tree. Perfect. Perfect occasion. So we leave, the console gets shut down, and we can still do it again. Show full paths. It works. Nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. Okay. So yeah. Spec 17. Oh, snow. I haven't done snow in a long time. And this is really slow. Like, launching the game is really slow with OPS. Yeah, it is stuttery. I don't know how to drive. Actually, you know, this is pretty cool, but yeah, the FPS is so low that it's wobbling a lot, the sound. Huh. Can I do something with that in mind? I'm not sure exactly. Gotta run, thanks. Yeah, I gotta run too. So, Tsubasa, yeah, I never tried Tsubasa in Sweden, actually. Let's see how it looks like. And then I'm gonna go sleep, finally. Ah, yes. Wrong button. Not bad. It's a little dark. It's a little dark. But yeah, there we go. We finished in a snowbank. So yeah, the launcher works. It's perfect. I just need to align it a little better. I mean, this it doesn't look that great. The fact that there is so much space. So I want to increase the sizes a bit of the two panels. Yeah, and yeah. So that is about it. Thanks for watching. Uh, Thanks for watching another Zig stream. It was actually a fun one. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it because we went through a lot of Zig stuff that it almost was kind of like a tutorial because it has all the process calling, the alloc print, the FMT stuff, putting things in a separate function that needs to, yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so oh, in case you're in Serbia, I should mention that I am going to do next Tuesday. I'm going to do an intro to Zig talk in Krov in Belgrade. So join up. Come over, and you'll find something out more than you would on the streams. Anyway, yeah, see you and good night. Thanks for watching again. Bye.